think it's really important to take a holistic approach to the turnaround space and not just look at the debts, but look at what opportunities there are in the future and what is unique and can be used to grow the business going forward, and refocusing that energy and the people on the positives. So I'm Daniel Frisken, one of the partners here at O'Brien Palmer. I started here in 2019 and I run the Corporate Insolvency and Turnaround team. Yeah, so our Corporate Insolvency team specialises in turnaround and restructuring for businesses. We do a lot of VAs and small business restructures to assist directors in turning around the business and getting themselves back on their feet. Essentially, when a company's in financial distress, there's a number of options available, especially for the turnaround space. We do a lot of small, medium businesses. The small business restructure is fantastic in that space. And it provides an opportunity for the directors to maintain control of the company while we come in and assist them in restructuring their affairs, getting budgets in place and putting a proposal to creditors to compromise the debts so that they can come out of that with a healthy balance sheet and an ability to trade going forward. So the thing I enjoy about insolvency is that it's not always the end of the company's life, and we can set up a structure and use the legislation to ensure that there's a business going forward for those employees and for directors and families. So I've done a lot in the SBR space, where, especially in the retail side, where there's mum and dad operating a cafe. They've had a tough time through COVID and that debt is still sitting there incurring interest. The business is trading profitably again, but they're unable to keep up with the historical debts that they've incurred while they fought through that COVID period. So the small business restructure allows them to utilise the limited assets that they have now and the ability to cash flow compromise going forward, so that there's a business for the family, creditors get paid some money, and there's jobs for employees. Look, I really enjoy working in the small business side of the practice because you're dealing with mums and dads. And as a small business owner myself, I understand how hard it is and all the sacrifices you have to do. So being able to put in a structure and a get out so that there's a business there and people aren't left homeless and there's light at the end of the tunnel. I really enjoy being able to provide those solutions, both for the directors and for the creditors, so that there's a return for everyone at the end of the day. Throughout my journey as an insolvency practitioner, I've also been involved in startup businesses myself and with family, and I've run multiple small businesses, so I understand the impact that external factors have with the economy, understand how much time and effort goes into running businesses, and even with O'Brien Palmer as a business owner, the day-to-day and the amount of love and joy that you put in so that you have something for your family at the end of the day, it's a real blessing to be able to provide solutions for those people out there, especially in Australia, where we're the second largest economy for small business, just behind Italy. So we run our economy off the backbone of small business in this country, and I think it's really important that we support all those people out there and the employees and creditors involved in small business. I guess operating a small business or any business in Australia comes with a lot of red tape. It comes with a lot of pressure. I've built successful businesses, I've helped family build successful businesses, and I've had businesses that haven't been as successful and have had to go through the process with family members of restructuring. So I understand the impact it has on everyone, and I think that's a real point of difference coming from a small business ourselves here at O'Brien Palmer. We really understand what's involved. It's not just the big end of town where it's numbers on a balance sheet. We know the impact it has on creditors, on employees, and on the family and directors involved. And we really take pride in providing a solution to everyone, and that really provides a great outcome. And you don't have to sit there in fear of your balance sheet and your creditors when there are proactive solutions that you can come forward and put on the table. I guess from my experience and first-hand experience with family and friends that have gone through the process, and I've assisted them through the process as well, you see the impact it has on the family members and the ability to shield and put into place turnaround mechanisms where they're able to come through the other side with a business that isn't impacting on their family, and there isn't those daily calls from creditors is really important. Being able to sit down and plan that out, I think, is critical for everyone involved. So coming in early and sitting down and working out what's the outcome we're trying to achieve. Is there a feasible business out the back end? How can we change that business? So I've had circumstances where we've had businesses come in where they've historically been operating in the IT space, and they've got a new product or a new line that they can see potential in, but they've been operating at a loss, doing the same thing for years and years, and we're able to refocus the board and the family on looking at new ways of operating a business rather than just going through the same debt cycle to just put the food on the table. I think it's really important to take a holistic approach to the turnaround space and not just look at the debts, but look at what opportunities there are in the future and what is unique and can be used to grow the business going forward, and refocusing that energy and the people on the positives that can be brought out of the turnaround. One example that comes to mind was an IT company that traditionally just did consulting work. In the background, they'd been working on a subscription model, but they hadn't been able to roll it out. Historically, the consulting work had been really profitable for the business, but with the costs and the margins and the competition, that had caused a huge cash flow drain on the business. So being able to refocus them and show them that consulting was not the way forward for that business, and that if they focused their energy and used the limited resources that they had left to launch the subscription model, they could see their way through. And so that was a really great outcome where they've pivoted from their core product to a new venture, and going forward they've been very successful. So that's, I think, where we can come in and identify those opportunities, not just seeing what's gone wrong, but the opportunities that are ahead for everyone. I think what drew me to O'Brien Palmer was the name they had in the industry. They were known to be very honest and provide solutions rather than simply hammering away to make money. So I really resonated with the ability to provide solutions rather than simply having numbers on the board. So we have a really good partnership team here that I've really enjoyed over the last 5 years, and being involved in so many turnarounds is a real blessing. We're really family orientated. Most people in the office, have small families and are raising families. So I really enjoy that I can share that experience with my partners and with my staff, and we're all on the same path, raising families and trying to put food on the table and helping people in that same fight, I guess, with life. I guess what it all boils down to for me, and I think the core value of O'Brien Palmer, is being approachable and being able to provide solutions. So we really enjoy getting in and helping people, provide them with solutions that get you through. And I really enjoy meeting new people and turning businesses around, and we'd love to hear from you and provide you with those solutions. When a company is no, there you go. There's industry or making shit up as I go. With mums and dads, and they've done it again. Now I've lost my train of thought. In the I've got to stop saying blessing. That's it. That's all I've got.